Okay, I goofed that a little bit, but we're back up and running. We're fine. When I launched the button, everybody, we were only on YouTube, and I was like, "Where is my video?" I don't know what the heck happened because we're not on Facebook anywhere. So I added our Facebook channels, and everything's fine. Everything's fine. It's good. It's fine.
Okay.
Everything's fine here now. How are you?
We're all fine here.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
starting off strong.
Yeah. It's another technology glitch. What's up, Chris? What's going on?
Hi, Chris.
So how are you here now?
How am I?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm fine.
Are you fine?
I'm fine. I don't really have anything exciting to report.
Oh.
Woo. I mean, that's good.
Sometimes that's
right?
good.
For me, I feel like that's good. Because my reports are usually like
they tend to be
ridiculous.
Yes.
So if nothing is happening, that we'll take that.
Yeah.
Man, a lot of people just like here right off the bat tonight.
Found us despite the technical glitch.
Yeah.
Even Colleen is here right off the bat. I think it's just the movies. They're here for the movies. They don't care about us. It's just it's just we like movies and not you two. And they'll just take it however they can get it, I think.
Could be.
Yeah. All right. We are going to talk about movies tonight, guys. We did Oz movies, and we can talk about any movie we want to talk about, but we've got a nice list of Oz movies to kind of just do a little run through. I got some stuff. I want to talk about the Sphere a little bit because it's launching in like 3 weeks. It'll be Las Vegas, Wizard of Oz at the Sphere. I found some interesting pictures that we can kind of talk about the controversy and the drama of the Sphere.
It's true. There's a lot.
What we have our first official Australian. Haley is from Australia. Everybody.
That's awesome.
Thank you, Haley. We appreciate you joining us, and I appreciate the work. Haley is semi new to Big Dog Inc. stuff. She got into stuff with Penny for Your Soul and kind of freaked out and loved it. And so we've been trying to get her. It's hard to get stuff to Australia without it costing an arm and a leg.
I would imagine so.
Yes. So we've been trying to keep her up to date as best we can. And popcorn and the Raisinets, which is I'm not sure which one I am. I think I'm probably the popcorn. Lifelong fan. Appreciate you, Haley. Really appreciate you. Glad you caught us.
Haley, be careful, because once you start that, then you end up doing all kinds of ridiculous things and eventually podcasting, and you can't escape. is how it goes.
It can be said that Haley is in fact from Oz, as they call Australia.
It is true.
Down under. I probably just like got canceled, for a terrible Australian accent. But what's up, Ron? What's going on?
Wow. That's great.
We're starting hot tonight. Starting hot.
Yeah.
So nothing to report. Here. I unfortunately, I'm not even sure I have anything really to report. So much.
Quiet weeks are just fine.
Yeah, I think the only thing I have, I'll show everybody this. It's not something I normally do because we usually like to wait. And
my hair is strangling me.
It's something that we'd like to kind of wait on. And why is Facebook not working for me now? I need messages, Facebook, and I need this, Facebook. And I need this. There we go. Let me save this, and I'm going to show you guys this because this is something that I'm working on. We're getting way ahead. We're trying to get way ahead. I've never really been way ahead in my comic book work. So we're trying to get way ahead for next year, which is, of course, 15-year anniversary of Oz, my Oz, Legend of Oz, Wicked West. And in doing so, in getting ahead, part of what I need are new logos. For some of the stories that we're going to be doing that we've talked about here a few times, some of the characters that we have kind of potentially being used and so on. But one of them, and we're still monkeying with this a little bit, but where is it?
Oh my gosh, the suspense, guys.
I know this is horrible. Why is it not here?
He keeps saying stuff and then
I
think you're doing it on purpose.
Talk
honestly.
amongst yourselves.
You're like, it's the build up.
Oh, that's what I did wrong. I think. No, it should be there. What are we talking about? Oh, that's why I put it in the wrong place. Anyway, now we know where it is. Logos for stuff, because some of these characters, when we use them in our anthology formats, they get their own like titles. Like we had Allison's Wonderland. She got her own logo and all that kind of stuff. So when we're talking about the anthology for Oz next year that we're going to do, we need logos for this stuff. And one of them we started working on today, and it's roughly mostly done. But I'm going to mess around with it a little and make sure it's going to be what we want. But this is one of the characters that I have just vibed on immediately, and it's official that he's going to be in the book next year. And this is the Invisible Bear Fighter, Overman Anu. And so we tried to do like an old boxing poster, like old school vintage, because that's how I picture this guy. Is he's just like an old bare knuckle boxer with like, some kind of a curly mustache and, just one of those old brawler dudes. So this is going to be roughly his logo for his portion of the anthology next year. So Ed Lavallee has been doing our logos for a long time now. And he was putting this together for me this morning. We still have a little more kind of to work on it, but it's just been a story that I as soon as I kind of latched onto him, I was like, this works. This is 100% works with what I do in my world. And he's an easy addition. And then that it opens up his story, spoiler alert, it opens up more of the Wooden Gargoyles and, the Valley of Voe and just more places for us to kind of travel and deal with and all that kind of stuff. So a little bit of an early exclusive for everybody.
Woohoo!
Still don't know who the other two will be. That's being debated, but debated by me. It's not really
right.
It's not really as a true debate, I guess, if no one else is involved. But yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. So we did do that this week. What else did I do? I don't know what else I did. It's been a weird week.
Okay.
I know I must have done something. I haven't just sat here for 6 days, literally doing nothing.
I just worked.
And
then I come home and I go, bleh.
Yeah.
Pass out.
Yeah. No comics, no nothing. What a boring week. What a terrible checkup week we have here.
It's all right.
Yeah, sorry guys. It's a minimal update week, I guess. So that I'm glad we had the logo for you so that we had something to look at. Yeah, I guess
nobody cares.
I guess
they
there's no
want to
checkup.
talk movies.
Yeah, is that everybody's here for? That's what. See, but Colleen said no, that's not true.
Wow.
Colleen said that they're here for us. What do you think?
Not for us to just sit here and not talk about anything. Let's get to the good stuff.
Yeah, you just want to go talk movies? All right, we can do that. We can see where this runs with us. Basically, all I did was I went and found a list of, theoretically, all of the Wizard of Oz movies that have been made, going all the way back to 1908. And you're here to entertain us. I understand. Yes. Okay. All right. We'll get to it.
I feel like I need to start singing Gypsy now.
This was obviously John Fricke can do this by memory, but for us this is sort of like an adventure through time and this community that has sprung up around these books, and then from all these different movies. There's a ton of stuff in here that I didn't even know, or I had sort of the most vague understanding of it existing. And I took it all the way up to 1978. You know what happened in 1978?
The Wiz.
Mm-hmm. Very good. Very good.
I felt like that was a trick question. Like there was going to be something different, but yes.
No, it was The Wiz. Yeah. So that's the end of the list, and that's going to take us quite a ways. I do have some pictures of some of these things, so if people haven't seen them, we can give you a little snapshot of what they are. Some of the early movies are like old silent films. Mm-hmm. And I wasn't sure exactly the public domain aspect of them. So while I would have loved to have like shown some clips, I wasn't sure that Facebook might just kick us right off. But what I will tell you is, yeah, and I'm sure that they are, especially these early ones, but just to be safe so we don't get booted off, if you want to see some of these things from 1908, 1910, 1914, a lot of it you can just go to YouTube and it's there, and you can find it. And, some of them are only like 15, 20 minutes long. Some are like an hour, but they are available on YouTube and other places like that.
There's even stuff on Prime.
Like the old? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you can poke around and find these things if you are so inclined. Some of them are pretty wild, man. They're pretty wild when you watch some of this stuff. Some of it's really cool because you see how they created their lions and all that kind of stuff, and they had like pseudo animatronics in some cases. Like there's how they used to have like the bobblehead dogs and things, like it's a body and the head will just kind of like this.
Yeah,
it's just like an old toy. So there's some shots of like the lion where it looks just like that. It's a big old lion body and the head's just like doing this, like, okay. So it's interesting to see how they did all this stuff 100 years ago, guys, 100 plus years ago, some of these movies. So let's just jump into this here, see what we found. I'm curious to see how much of this or have seen, because again, for me, a lot of this is very new. Some of it has come through the Fricke filter over the years as he's
the Fricke filter.
The Fricke filter, yeah, as he's done his stuff over the years. So this has been kind of fun to see it. But yeah, so up first, this is 1908. This is the earliest thing that this particular list talks about as far as what is a movie, right? And it's called, oh my God, I can't read my writing. Fairy tales and radio plays.
Fairy logs and radio plays.
Fairy logs and radio plays. Yeah, this is from 1908, guys. Clearly a dude in costumes in that lion and that,
which is
panther or Kaleida, maybe
kind of a hybrid, because this also it was a live performance, but there were videos used in it.
Correct. Yes, that's correct. That's correct. It was a live thing, but they filmed some aspect of it. Yeah. But that's quite a Tin Man for 1908.
Yeah. And it was so expensive too that it kind of just hemorrhaged money. Again, not that it was like complete, it wasn't like unsuccessful. It was just crazy expensive.
Yeah, didn't he want to like attempt to tour with this thing?
Yeah.
And there was just no way to move this stuff all around. Crazy. Very young Dorothy too. So we're kind of like book Dorothy.
Yes. Yeah. I like there's a picture of Frank with the cast that I just absolutely love because, it's fun to see him being a part of all of it. Yeah. I like this. This is something that I have to dive into. There are several, I'm sure that there's a million of these that you're going to bring up today that I know about, but I haven't watched because I wanted to watch and review as part of my own personal project.
Yeah, definitely.
So I've kind of been waiting, but yeah, this one I love.
And now you'll have a list here of stuff you can go hunt down and.
Oh, I have a list.
Oh dear.
My list is extensive. It's like to the point of the episodes of My Little Pony and things like that. It definitely, my list is ridiculous.
It definitely spreads out across the universe as we go along, for sure. So let's see, that is 1908. Here we go. Now we jump forward to 1910. This is The Wonderful Wizard of Oz. This is a short story. It's just a 15-minute thing based on the 1902 stage play. Now, according to the description of this, the guy who directed this, and I don't have his name, he proceeded to also make 3 more movies that followed this that are quote unquote lost. They are Dorothy and the Scarecrow in Oz, The Land of Oz, and John Doe and the Cherub.
John Doe and the Cherub.
Yeah. So those 3 are theoretically lost movies. So, who knows what that really means, but that's what it said. And then, of course, this is 1910, little 15-minute short. They've already got the Scarecrow hung up. You've got the cow from the stage play that makes an appearance. So she does make a movie appearance at some point.
Wait, who makes a movie appearance?
The cow.
Yeah.
I always thought the cow was only in the stage play.
Oh, no. No.
But yeah, no, clearly that's wrong. And then I don't know what is going on over there. It's like a donkey horse guy on the left.
That's definitely a donkey.
Definitely a donkey. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Like I said, this old stuff, guys, it's freaky looking. A lot of the it's freaky looking. Yes. Makeup's weird. When you have all the black and white stuff, it's freaky looking. It's when we're so used to color.
I think you've watched too many scary movies. This seems totally normal to me.
Totally normal.
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to know how far they're supposed to be from home, because do you see the farmhouse in the back?
I do.
I'm like, is that hers or is that the neighbor?
Well, because these movies weren't necessarily straight up adaptions from back in the day. So are we to assume that that's the house that fell in Oz back there?
I don't know.
Because if that's the Scarecrow, I would assume that Dorothy got to Oz somehow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. The costumes are weird. This is weird stuff. This is weird stuff. It's definitely weird stuff. And when you get to, let's see, where's number 3? When you get to like the Patchwork Girl,
Yes.
1914, Patchwork Girl, and the Square Woozy Cat.
Yeah.
When you watch this movie, the Patchwork Girl goes bananas in this movie. Like she's a pogo stick through like the whole thing. Just.
I mean, that's the Patchwork Girl, though.
I understand, but it's really weird looking.
It's very silly, acrobatic. Lots of flips and junk, and I feel like you get that Scarecrow-y vibe.
Oh, very much a Scarecrow vibe. Yeah. I like flips and junk. That's a good
flips and junk. Yeah.
Flips and junk. Yeah.
I actually really enjoyed this one personally. It's I don't know. It impressed me with the amount of sort of special effects that they are able to create that early on.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, last I checked, I don't know if it's different, but last I checked, it was free on Prime, if you're a member of that.
Okay.
It's definitely worth a watch.
It's crazy stuff, guys. Let us know, whoever's watching, let us know, have you guys even seen this stuff ever? Or have you ever even heard of it? Because a lot of this is very, very new to me. And being able to watch some of these, I watched some clips of these things as I was kind of cataloging it. I was like, wow, this is old silent movies can be really, really strange.
It's a vast world of Oz.
Oh my God. It's a vast world of silent movies. Holy smokes.
I mean, that too, but
yeah, we don't even, I really only equate silent movies with 2 movies. And that's Nosferatu and
it's a good one.
Yeah, and Metropolis. Those are like my 2 understood silent movies. And then there's some stuff like the Cabinet of Dr. Caligari and just, there's some oddball horror stuff that I know. The original Phantom of the Opera was silent. I didn't realize that until recently.
Yeah.
So there's a handful of things that I kind of understand, but I really didn't have any idea that a lot of this stuff was existing so early on. And then so Chris says, I've not heard of them, but you want to research them. Yeah, man.
Yes.
Just write them down so and then you can go hunt them down. This stuff is out there. So this was 1914, Patchwork Girl.
Chris, have you not gotten a guided tour at the museum?
Oh boy.
I mean, I definitely talk about this stuff on my tour, but I don't know that everybody does. But we have stuff from Patchwork, the Oz Film Manufacturing Company.
Yes. Speaking of which,
yeah,
His Majesty the Scarecrow.
His Majesty the Scarecrow.
Also 1914. Yeah, I mean the makeup is just like the Joker. You know what I mean? Like it's just weird makeup and
hilarious
stuff. It is the Joker. Tell me that's not the Joker. It's pre-Joker, so technically the Joker is the Scarecrow. But,
right.
That's just the image that it invokes, like immediately. Am I wrong?
I mean, I guess I don't think about the Joker because I hate him as a character.
Oh, I do too. I do too. But it's permeating, permeates pop culture. So
frankly, I'm just seeing he has, it looks like he has pom-poms on his hat, which is straight out of the book. And I love that.
Are those pom-poms or is that stuff in the makeup? Like,
I don't know. I can't really tell from this photo.
yeah, it's
but
kind of hard to see. I know what you're saying.
It looks like he's got the little tiny fringy pom-poms on the edge of the hat. Maybe it's not. Maybe it is seams on his face.
Yeah, I kind of interpret, and if you watch it, you can probably see it better. But I interpreted that more as like stitching for his head to, like, you know, in sewing his body up. But it's hard to tell in that particular angle. I've had a tour, but so much info, hard to remember.
It's true.
I have my research list going now.
There's a lot of info that we give. I always tell people, I'm like, I know I'm throwing a ton at you right now. So if there's anything you want to remember, just go back, take photos. It's a lot to absorb.
Oh yeah, there's more Oz than anybody, well, except for John Fricke, than anything that we can possibly wrap our heads around. He's the only one that swims in that pool every single day of his life. And
oh my gosh, I love it.
It's amazing. So if you have not had the John Fricke experience, that's what we do at Ozstravaganza every year.
I would love to live in John's brain for just a day. It would be enlightening, I think, and highly entertaining.
I mean, there's a lot in there.
Yeah.
But I think it's, you know what it is? Here's the thing. I think it's more than just what's in there with John. It's the fact that he can access it sort of on a dime, like whatever he needs. Like, oh, hey, let's talk about that 1914 Patchwork Girl of Oz movie and the scene where the woozy comes out of the castle. Oh, let me tell you what they made the woozy out of. And, you know, like, it's just ridiculous. Yeah. The ridiculousness of his depth of trivia is astonishing.
He has this brain card catalog that's just like, and hold on, let me get this out of, you know, the Red Book, page 34. I don't know. I can't remember what I had for breakfast, let alone like exactly what page of a book something is on. So yeah. God bless John Fricke.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Guys, we're going to stay in 1914 again.
Yeah.
Now, this one's interesting. This
Magic
is
Cloak.
Magic Cloak. However, as I'm looking at this, it was the Magic Cloak of Oz, but because of bad box office stuff from the previous movies, Paramount was supposed to be distributing this movie, and they didn't. And the movie got actually broken up into a couple of different films in order to be released. So it's the Magic Cloak and the Witch Queen. And the place where I found this still from talked about how the two films that had been broken up were kind of put back together, but they're incomplete. So there's missing pieces of these films. So if you can find them and you're watching them, they are incomplete movies, even when you put them together. So, but yeah, this was where they started to again have some issues with money and et cetera, and apparently Paramount backed out on them. And so you have two movies here, guys: the Magic Cloak of Oz and the Witch Queen, put together as, I guess, just the Magic Cloak of Oz, but it does exist as two entities as well. So yeah, that was interesting. This was one that I had never heard of, much less the fact that it was like two films, you know. So the Magic Cloak of Oz, was it, I mean, did it have anything that we understand of Oz in it, any of the characters, or was it just its own thing with this cloak?
It's supposed to be.
Okay. Because I was kind of scanning through what I saw, and I wasn't really relating to anything that I saw. I wasn't like, oh, look, there's Dorothy, or there's the Lion, or there's the Scarecrow. Like, I went really quickly, but I wasn't seeing anything. So I just kind of felt like this was like a new sort of story. But, you know, I don't know.
Huh. Yeah.
So let's see. That was, again, 1914. We're still just 1914, guys. This is still 110 years ago. That's crazy. 110 years ago. So 1914, We go to 1925.
Ugh. Ugh.
The Wizard of Oz.
This one's rough.
Starring. Who's the Tin Man?
Who's the Tin Man?
Yeah.
Oh, don't. What's his face?
Who's the Tin Man? Say it in the comments. Who's
no,
the Tin Man?
I know his name, and I can't even think of it.
Let's see who can beat Allison to the punch.
The comedians.
That's correct. Anybody know who plays the Tin Man?
Don't ask me because as soon as you say, "Hey, what is it?" and then I blank.
Yeah, this was one that I stumbled across by accident.
Oh, really?
And actually saw it. I didn't see all of it. I saw part of it because I was flipping through TV one day, and the cable gives you like the guide, like what's on all the channels. So we were just kind of blip, 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 what's on TV, and it said Wizard of Oz, and I was like, oh, all right, let's click on Wizard of Oz. Click, and it's this insane, black and white. Right? What is going on thing.
It's a mess.
Oh my God. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy.
Which I think is funny.
Colleen got it right.
Thank you. Yes. I was like H. As far as I know, okay, so this is when Ruth Plumley Thompson had started writing.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as I know, the kids started sending her fan mail when this came out. Like, what the heck? Please make it stop. Which I think is hilarious.
That is funny. Because she wrote like what, 20 books?
19, yeah.
19 books, yeah. So she cared nothing for the children's plight.
I mean, but this wasn't Ruth.
No.
So,
this was just a
like she couldn't fix it.
Holy smokes! This was just I don't even know how to describe this to people.
And it's like the Princess Bride meets Wizard of Oz, because like the grandpa is telling the story. But yeah, it's weird. It's just weird.
Super weird.
I mean, don't take my word for it. Let us know your thoughts. Has anyone else watched this one? Did you get through the whole thing?
Yeah, did you get the whole thing? See, but I go back to like, nope, that's not what we want. Where is he? Look at that Tin Man. That's a lot going on with that Tin Man. And then we got whatever this is. Great. This is like really weird Tin Man.
He has lots of, I don't know, what do you call those?
Rivets?
I wanted to say grommets. I was like, that's a completely different thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And I guess it's shaped like a T. Is that supposed to be like?
He's really being held together.
T as in Tin Man on his chest, like a superhero.
Sure. We'll go with that.
Mm-hmm. 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 And that colander on his head is way too big.
I don't know.
That's way too big. That's super big. That's a really big, legit hat.
He's making it work.
The longer you look at it, the more you're going to enjoy it, I think.
We had a kid in. It's so funny because, like, obviously, we're looking at this Scarecrow, which reminds me of like the original stage production.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a kid in, like little kid. He might have been 6. I think they might have even said he was 7. But he was 6 or 7. And he was just so taken by the original stage production. Like, he was like, this is what the Scarecrow should look like. He is so cool. And I'm like, really? Because most people come in and they're so creeped out by it. But he was like sitting on the floor cross-legged in front and just looking at him. And then he runs out. He goes, Mom, come here. You got to look at this. Okay.
Wait, where did he see the original stage production?
He was looking at the pictures from the case.
Oh, just
in the
the pictures. Okay. Got it. I thought he saw the actual video of it. I was like, Whoa.
but he loved it. He thought it was so cool.
Well, I mean, let's call it an adaptation, right? Like there's definitely people who dig on like the alternative versions of things, and Wizard of Oz is definitely not untouched in that regard. It's been adapted a million ways, and it's been made super dark. It's been made super kid friendly. It's been made in every capacity. So I think we definitely live in a society right now where like the creepy stuff is almost made kid friendly now, like Wednesday for Netflix and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like kids just like the weird creepy stuff now. And so when they see, even if it's old, just weird creepy stuff, they're going to vibe on it because it's almost like they've been trained from the rest of media to be like, oh, look at the weird creepy thing.
Yeah.
And you know, I want the weird like demon puppet kitty thing doll. You know what I mean? That's just they just vibe on that stuff. So yeah, that doesn't really surprise me. I bet if kids were given the opportunity to watch a lot of this old black and white stuff, they would probably vibe on it pretty hard because it's so bizarre, so wildly bizarre. I think they would struggle because it's a lot of it's silent movies. And they'd be like, I don't understand why I'm reading this movie, but the visuals of it are so weird and just so crazy that they'd probably love it. We probably are at a point where we could have a renaissance of a lot of this old crap, just because of the way that it looks. You know, you show Nosferatu, the original Nosferatu, to a kid now, they'd probably love the hell out of it because it's all just creepy shadows, monsters, and they'd just be like, "Oh yeah, give me that." But can I hear it? Like, make me hear it. You know, do a modern version with like voices happening, and they'd probably love it. But then you lose half of why it's amazing too. So you know. So 1925, my friends, you have been warned.
Yes.
You have been warned. It is something to experience. Now, next we go from 1925 to 1933. And this was this is the animated Wizard of Oz that was actually written by Baum's son. And it's actually credited as Colonel Frank Baum as the writer, because he was a colonel in the army. So Colonel Frank Baum, L. Frank Baum's son, was in charge of the Wizard of Oz animated in 1933. So I guess this is the first.
I'm glad that I am still, you know, kind of knowing some of my stuff.
Yeah, you've been on the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm like super impressed. This is like, this stuff's way outside of my. If I'm like 1933 and you're like, oh, the animated, I'm like, yeah. Come on. That's good. That's Fricky-esque. You know.
I've just gleaned a few things from
there you go. It's fine. Have you seen this?
No, it's on my list.
It's on the list.
It's on the list.
It's on the list.
I've seen bits, but not the whole thing.
Does it look worthy of watching, or does it look kind of like a train wreck?
I mean, all of it's worthy of watching.
Well,
is it worthy of watching a second time? Maybe, I don't know.
But I mean, is the animation?
But like,
I don't know what 1933 animation looks like.
When I was little, I had tapes of those like super old cartoons. Like that's just a thing that I watched when I was young. So I feel like I would vibe on this, but I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah. Like I said, I just don't know I can't imagine what 1933 animation is. I'm trying to like go backwards.
Sure you can.
I can't.
Mean, go back to some like really old, I don't know, like Steamboat Willie time and like what was the one that on the video, the VHS, it was oh my gosh, it was a hotel. I can't even remember, but it was a hotel for flies run by a spider.
Yeah. So I just typed in 1933 animation, and I'm seeing things I've seen all my life. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I had no idea that would be the 30s. There's no way I would have believed this was the 30s. Yeah. Yeah. This is crazy. Never would have believed. Yeah. Like Walt Disney's The Three Pigs, and just like, oh my God. Yeah. Oh my gosh. The cat, Felix the Cat, and yeah. Oh, and there's part of the Wizard of Oz. There's what we're talking about. There's a little preview of it. You can watch it on YouTube. So if you want to see this, it's on YouTube, guys. And yeah, it looks just like out of 1933. Oh wow. All right. Yeah. Now I'm in that. My brain is in that. I would have never imagined that was 1933. I would have assumed that was like the 50s or something. But no, it's 1933. That's amazing. Okay. All right. Now I'm genuinely interested in seeing that thing, because that would be, now that I understand the aesthetic of it. Okay. Yeah. And a lot of that stuff, even though it's animation for kids, it's not really for kids.
No.
It's not at all. At least not from modern standards of animation. There was a lot of very creepy, weird stuff in that era. Yeah. That's wild. I'm kind of blown away by that. I'm stuck on this 33 stuff because again, I thought that would have been like the 50s, because I watched those cartoons. I saw that stuff, but I would have been seeing it in like the 70s, because that's when I was born. That's when I was starting to watch TV. So I would have seen that in like the 70s. So that stuff would have been 40 years old by that point. Like that's it's like when you learn about history and you learn about things, where it connects, like you think something's really, really old, but it's not. It's like, was it Picasso? I think it was Picasso. Dude died in the 70s. Picasso. Like you think about Picasso and you're like, that guy had to be really old. That dude was watching Super Bowls and drinking Mountain Dew. What? You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make any sense to me in a historical context. So this is kind of the same way. It's like I would never have assumed these were 1930s cartoons, and now my timeline of all of this is out of whack. So, but I like it. It makes me interested to see it. So yeah, 1933. Then we go to 1939.
Man, I wonder what that one is.
Where is this? Here we go. Do you know what it is?
I couldn't tell you. Dun, da, da.
1939, the movie that defined The Wizard of Oz for moviegoers, and
yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know what we can say that hasn't been said by people that really know what the hell they're talking about. But 1939, that's still crazy. So we're talking about, where are we? So we have about 14 years. And then this is 100 years old.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy. That's so crazy. 100 years old.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that could be true, but
no, not in the slightest.
But here we are.
Not in the slightest. What do you? So for me, I've told this story before, where this is, back in the day, boys and girls, you didn't get to watch this whenever you wanted. It was on a yearly basis. Once a year, Wizard of Oz comes on. You sat down, you watched the Wizard of Oz. That was a lot of movies back in the day, but it was an event. Even for me, it was my maybe my first time with like recognizing. There were a few movies that were happening like this. Like there was Wizard of Oz. There was some Halloween stuff that would come through once a year.
Really?
Yeah, like the Mad Monster Party, which was like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Rankin and Bass, those stop motion things. So Mad Monster Party would be like a yearly Halloween movie that would come through. There would be every year there would be a week-long like Godzilla, 5 days of Godzilla for us. So we would watch that stuff. So there was very much like a cycle of television and specifically old movies and stuff on TV. You didn't just get to pop in the VCR or, DVD or whatever. So 10 Commandments, yes, on Easter, 10 Commandments would come through. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Yes. So I remember Wizard of Oz coming on at a time when my parents were divorced. And so we would go to my dad's every other weekend or something. And Wizard of Oz was on, and he came to pick us up, and I was like, but the Wizard of Oz is on. Like, we're watching Wizard of Oz. He's like, well, you can watch it at my place. I'm like, yeah, but that's like a half an hour to get to your place.
Yeah.
Like, this is
we're
what's happening.
We're missing a ton of it.
That's correct. So we got in the car, and I was bent out of shape. I was like, get there. And we got to the house and just raced inside, flipped the TV on, and watched, I think we got there right as they got to the haunted forest, because I got to see the monkeys and all that again. So we missed, whatever that sort of half an hour was. But yeah, I have that very specific memory of the Wizard of Oz for me that's kind of indelible. And it was interesting that, I was that into it, but really had no awareness of Oz outside of it. I didn't know that there were books. I didn't know later on, like when Return to Oz came, because all the designs were different, I rejected it. I was like, what is this? I don't understand what it is. Nothing looks right. So I can't, somebody did something wrong, in my eyes. So, my Oz experience kind of dissipated until I came to find my Oz. And then since then, I've been working my way backwards and finding all this stuff that I had no idea existed, reading the books, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So, the Wizard of Oz has had a weird roller coaster in my life. But I'll never forget being bent out of shape that I couldn't watch the movie in its entirety. So Wizard of Oz, 1939, folks. Do you have any I don't know if that was the first time I ever saw it. That I don't know. I don't think it was, but it's possible and that's why I would have been even more upset, is like, oh my God, I've never seen it and I have to see it. I don't remember that, but I do remember being upset.
Yeah, but would you have been that excited already? Like, if you hadn't seen it before, would you be like, oh my gosh, we have to do this?
Well, the only comparable is like when King Kong versus Godzilla would come on. It would be like, oh, we got to watch that. And I saw that year after year after year, and I would freak out every time because it's time. I know it's on. Here we come. So with Wizard of Oz, I can only assume the same thing. Like, oh, I saw this before. I really liked it. We have to watch it again. But I don't know. I don't remember if it was the first or later. That I don't know. I don't know. But I was that kid who was like, I understand that this is when this happens. And I would watch out the TV commercials, TV Guide, people. This used to be a magazine that told you what was on that week. So we would hunt the TV Guide, like what's on every day into the wee hours and so on. So, yeah. What's your best Wizard of Oz movie watching memory like that? You got anything?
I don't know that I have any specific ones, honestly. Yeah. It was just, I had it on repeat pretty much always.
Yeah, because you probably came up and had the tape of it.
Yeah, I had the 50th anniversary VHS. So it was just on a loop.
It was just there. It was just there. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a good story. I can appreciate
had it on a loop. I mean, I'm sure that I saw it at the annual viewing first, and that's when I fell in love with it, but I don't ever remember not having it. So I know I was only like 2 when I started and got like obsessed. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
freaking. But I mean, obviously, the 50th anniversary, that wasn't until
1989.
Yeah. So it was at that point, I would have been 5. So I know I had to have started watching it only annually for a while. Or at least, I don't know. I don't know. But I remember getting that, and it was always on.
Yeah.
With the Downy commercials and, watching all the bonus content with Angela Lansbury, and yeah. I didn't just watch the movie. I watched like all of the stuff.
Family
yes.
Yeah.
Sound of Music too.
Sound of
yes.
Music,
I was absolutely, that was on my rotation of VHS movies that just played.
Yeah, I mean, I can relate to that.
Thank goodness my mother was, she just let me watch musicals all the time. It was very encouraging that way.
Wasn't a lot of musicals. Well, ironically enough, Mad Monster Party is a musical. Just like all the Rudolph and all that kind of stuff. There wasn't a lot of musicals. I don't know if there was any that was going on in my household.
You had a boring household.
No. Well, we were even though we weren't watching musicals, we were playing piano and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, that's good.
So forcibly made to play piano. So there was that. I know my sister, so she was big. She was a horse person, so she was big into The Last Unicorn when that movie came around. To the point where she wrote her own Last Unicorn song on the piano.
Stop.
So
that's
when
awesome.
when we did our what do you call it, recital, the teacher, we were learning, I don't know, whatever, Beethoven and whatever normal music they teach, right? Dun, 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 this kind of stuff. So when I didn't want to do the recital, like, I'm not playing in front of these people. Like, what are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
No, this is what you do. This is part of the thing. You do the recital, you show what you've learned, blah, blah, blah.
Hate the recitals.
I hated the recitals. So I said, well, if I'm going to do a recital, I'm going to play something that I want to play. And they were like, well, what do you want to play? And so I played Star Wars. Dun, 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 dun. I played Star Wars at the recital. Yes, sir.
Love it.
Yeah, so good. And then my sister played her original Last Unicorn thing.
Her original piece.
Yes, she played her original piece at the recital. So so we both rejected what we were told to do. So I have to give her credit for that. No, I'm not playing your junk. I'm going to play my own junk. Yeah, okay, it's fine. So I give her credit.
Okay.
Yeah. For those that don't know, I used to play the piano. I don't know that I could play it today. I don't know that I would remember anything that I learned.
No? Can't remember some Star Wars music?
I mean, I have really good...
I bet.
Yeah.
I bet you could figure out Jaws.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I could probably do that.
2 notes.
I could probably do
you
that.
Got this.
Dun, dun, dun. It's actually more than 2 notes.
Yeah, not at the beginning.
At the beginning, it's correct. But it's the sort of the third note that makes it really come alive. But yeah. I'd be curious to see if I could sit down at a piano and figure out anything at all. Because that's the thing is I had really good pitch. And so I would struggle to read music, like, the notes and the lines and everything. I would struggle to read the music, but I could play the tune and hear it. And I knew where the tune was on the piano, and I'd be like, ding, 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 ding. Like I could just play it without the music. And it would drive my music teacher crazy because she's like, no, you have to learn how to read music. I was like, no, I don't. Watch.
Yes,
And I was just like, tell me what to play. And they were like, play this. I was like, they're like, oh my God damn it. So, but the problem is that I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be playing the piano. I was there because we were being well-rounded kids, and so we were playing soccer and piano and God help me cotillion and crap like that. So
that's hilarious.
So that's and none of the, and all I wanted to do was sit at home and play with my Star Wars figures and watch Godzilla movies. That was all I wanted. But no, I was told, no, go out and do things. That's the Gen X way, people. Is get out. That was the Gen X way.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. So now that y'all got a little background, let's move on. 19. So we went from 1939. Yeah. Next page. 1939. We go almost 30 years. 1967. You know what this is?
The other animated?
No.
Okay.
This is, I assume.
That would have been, well.
I assume.
So are we not counting that then? Because it's not like a feature length thing?
Potentially, I guess. That's, again, this is just the list that I was on.
Okay.
So that's all there. 1967, I'm assuming, because it's listed as the black and white Soviet Union adaptation. Is that the thing that you saw? Or is there a different Soviet Union version?
There's a brand new one.
Okay. So in
new Russian film.
Okay. So in 1967, there's a Russian adaptation of The Wizard of Oz in 1967. There's no picture that I could find of this thing. But according to this list, 1967, black and white Soviet Union adaptation. Yeah. So anybody wants to go fact check that, be my guest, tell me what you find. But apparently Russia in 1967 did a Wizard of Oz adaptation. So there we go. And then from 1967, we go to 1969, which is this one, The Wondrous Land of Oz. Problems?
No.
This is a very, they're on the thing. It's very tip. This is very
Shirley
Jack Pumpkinhead.
One?
No, she was not listed as.
Okay.
Yeah, no, she was not listed on this that I saw. This was a very Mombi tip Jack Pumpkinhead story.
It looks like Marvelous Land of Oz, but they called it The Wonderful Land of Oz.
Right. Yes, the movie's called The Wonderful Land.
But there's also the cow.
The cow? You see the cow? Cow is the bottom right. Yeah. Purple cow.
So,
yeah. Is this confusing you?
A little, yeah.
1969, Mombi tip, Ginger Jack. Let me do this. 1969. Let's just pull this up real quick here and get a little more information. 1969. There are no names here that I am aware of that I know who any of these people are. Soldier with the Green Whiskers. Yeah, it's very much an adaptation of that movie to some degree. There are differences. It says there are differences from the novel. But yeah, this is a very, uninspired thing because there's nobody involved in it. Low budget, faithful adaptation of the 1904 novel, The Marvelous Land of Oz. When Tip's witch guardian, Mombi, threatens to granitize him, Tip evades Mombi and flees to the Emerald City with his recently animated companion, Jack Pumpkinhead. Along the way, he meets up with General Ginger, leader of the Army of Revolt, who imprisons Tip and marches her troops to take over the Emerald City. Tip escapes to warn the Scarecrow now the ruler of the Emerald City, and together they leave to find the Tin Woodman and assemble their own army. That's the general plot that they give there. But we do get to Ozma apparently, because somebody is credited as being Ozma. But none of these names have any resonance to me. So I like that we kind of found one that stumped you a little bit.
Yeah, I do not know this one.
1969. Yeah.
Okay.
Wondrous Land of Oz. All right. Then we go to 1969 to 1972. Journey back
With
to
Liza.
Oz with Liza Minnelli. Do you all know who Liza Minnelli is?
They know who Liza is.
I bet they don't.
If they're on here, they know who Liza is.
I bet they don't.
But
Prove me wrong.
Also Mickey Rooney.
Yeah, Mickey Rooney, Milton Berle, Margaret Hamilton was Aunt M.
Yes.
Yeah, it had a crazy cast. Now, I'm going to tell you the craziest part.
What's the craziest
This
part?
was done 5 times in a live setting. Not just the movie. This was done five times in a live setting, including the first 2 with the wizard played by.
Oh my gosh, just say it.
Any ideas? I'm trying
I don't know if you're frozen or what.
I'm not frozen. You have any idea? You have any clue?
Tell me.
Bill Cosby.
Oh, yeah, that I knew.
Yeah,
Milton
that's
Berle.
what I was asking.
Okay. Milton Berle had done, but I thought that was like just the.
So the first 5, Bill Cosby was in the first 2. Milton Berle was in the last 3.
Yeah.
And then when they just kind of had
but it wasn't
it on its own, Milton Berle was
live.
It said live.
Nah.
Like that's what it said.
I thought they were just that was like it's like a telecast type of a thing where like they were just kind of.
Well, I don't mean I don't mean a live
announcing the movie, and then but like that was kind of an annual thing too.
Let's clarify.
Where it would come on, yeah, and Cosby did it for like 5 years.
Let's see. For television broadcast, Filmation produced a live. Oh, yes, you're right. So live action interstitial segments with a celebrity playing the wizard flying in his balloon with 2 munchkins. Bill Cosby did the first 2. Milton Berle did the last 3.
Yeah.
And then within the movie, Milton Berle plays the lion. He's just the lion in there. So yes, you're right. There was like a little Crypt Keeper style thing.
Right.
Where they did little segments like that.
You confused me for a
minute.
Minute.
No, I confused myself.
Think it was live.
Confused myself. Yeah. But again, Liza Minnelli, is this her only connection to Oz as far as like doing a project?
As far as I'm aware, ooh, that's a good question. I think it is, but if anyone else knows, fill us in. I think this is it for her as far as like Oz projects.
That would be my guess, but again, we're only going up to 1978, so we've got Liza here. My only Liza experience was the movie Arthur.
Okay,
that was it. I had no concept of who Liza Minnelli was, and then I don't even know how I found out that she was Judy's daughter. I'm not sure how I found that out. I don't know why I would know that. It couldn't have been all the way to Extravaganza. I had to have known ahead of time.
Could have been.
But it was one of those things where, I was very surprised to learn it, in my my Oz sort of expansion. I was like, yo, that's crazy. Because again, I know she was in what's the Cabaret, right?
Cabaret. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know he's in Cabaret. Since then, I've learned more and I've seen more. But yeah, Arthur was my only experience with her, which is kind of interesting. That's a movie. That's a movie, and she was interesting, to say the least, in that. So yeah, Journey Back to Oz, guys. Liza Minnelli, Judy's daughter, does the voice of Dorothy Gale in this. So yeah, interesting. It has an all-star cast, really, truly all-star cast.
We've got a bunch of this stuff on display right now too.
Oh yeah, you had like the cells or something, right? Some aspect of the art.
Most of the ones that we have the cells out are for a different animated, but these we have like lobby card and stuff.
Okay. What's the animated stuff that you've got the cells for? What's that one for?
It's Oz Kids.
Oz Kids, yes, that's right. Okay. Oz Kids. All right. Well, 1972 brings us to 1978, guys. And it's The Wiz. It's The Wiz. I've still not seen this all the way through. What's your experience with The Wiz? Because I struggle with this movie, and as I was reading about it, it tanked when it came out, and it's really just kind of become what they call a cult classic over the years. Diana Ross, Michael Jackson, of course, Richard Pryor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I mean, it's got a crazy cast, but
doesn't sing. So silly when you have the Wizard who has great songs. But we'll just take them out. I mean, it's fine. It's fine. I like it if you are looking at it like as a completely separate entity. It's just weird though. I like the stage version. The stage version I think is way better. This one, they made choices.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
They made choices.
Yeah.
Like, I understand the Emerald City, New York City kind of parallels, but like when you're in the freaking subway and like trash cans are trying to eat you, you lose me for a minute. But yeah, I mean, you can't really go wrong with a movie that's got Lena Horne in it, so I'm here for that. Michael Jackson did a really good job in it, I think. Having an older Dorothy is different, but it was okay. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, that's what some of the reviews said. They were like, Diana Ross, she's too old for the role, and there was comparisons to the source material that weren't lining up, and people were kind of struggling with that kind of stuff. Again, this was 78.
But what source material are they comparing it to? Are they comparing it to the book or to the 1939 film? Because
that I couldn't tell you. I would guess basing it off of the 39. That would be my guess.
Right. Which is,
and if you're going to compare the two, obviously they're going to be wildly, wildly different.
And you like, yeah, you have a bunch of people and they're like, why are her shoes silver? And I'm like, because that was the book.
That was the book. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I would, I like it. I don't love it.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm gonna watch The Wiz, I will go for The Wiz Live, because that is the one that you can easily find available to watch if you're not going to watch a stage production.
So let's go from that to what I think is actually a pretty good transition to what is coming in about 3 weeks in Las Vegas. The Sphere, which is, for those that don't know, it's a gigantic structure in Las Vegas that on the inside has a big, basically like movie theater, like you're in a snow globe. You're looking up at a huge snow globe movie screen. They are playing The Wizard of Oz on the Sphere, but because The Wizard of Oz is this small, scale film, in order to broadcast it onto this huge screen, they are using artificial intelligence to sort of expand the environments and fill the space, and in some cases modifying things like the wizard, his room and his face and stuff. They're doing some specifics in that regard, but most of it is like, well, we have to expand the scenes in order to fill this stuff up. And I'm going to give you a couple of examples here that I found, which are kind of interesting. So here is a shot. You can see the original film at the bottom there, and you can see what AI is doing to, build out the structure that they need to actually fill this gigantic, bizarrely shaped screen. This, I think, is kind of interesting. This is the easy stuff. Then there's things where they're getting a little more wild with it. Here is a shot with the tornado that they're having to sort of recreate again in order to fill the space. The tornado is relatively small when we see it for the most part in the film. So in order to get sort of a big experience, they're having to really go wild with it. So I'm kind of curious about you and your thoughts on this, because you're way deeper in a lot of this than I am. I know you gave us the thumbs down on the modification of the wizard and stuff, but what's your thoughts on just the generalities that they're sort of forced to do, to fill in the gaps and the spaces?
See,
and on?
I don't mind that. I don't mind that. I mean, obviously there's going to be, you have to,
mm-hmm.
if you have screens that are that enormous. The aspect ratio is not the same. So you got to fill stuff in. And I understand that, but there are, it seemed like that was going to be the only change really that we got, but I feel like that's not what it is. Go back to the one of the interior of the house with Annem and
mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're not just getting more on the sides here. Like the back of Annem's chair, like that is different.
Yeah, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
And like, we have.
It's far from perfect for sure.
We have very dark drapes in the original, and now we don't. And it also makes the house like, okay, so in the original book, it was all just one room.
Yeah.
In the movie, you can tell that it's bigger than that, but it's still very small.
Yes.
In the Sphere experience, you feel like this house is freaking giant.
Yeah, I can see where you're going with that. Yeah.
So I don't mind so much, the small additions, things like that, just to kind of fill the space. But when you're just kind of straight up changing stuff, and we talked about this, I don't know. I understand it, but I don't really know how I feel about it right now. Because like this, you're just changing just because you can. And that's like an F5 right there. I feel like that would not have picked up the house. That would have just absolutely shredded it. There would have been tiny chunks of wood spread over, a 15-mile radius. I don't know. And then we've got things like the wizard's head that looks completely different. And I feel like, did you need to do that? Did you? I don't know. Or there are definitely some spots that I've seen where Dorothy does not really look like Dorothy. She looks very photoshopped.
Oh yeah, they've definitely gone in and done things to it. I mean, I don't think we'll really know until we see it, but I'm going to compare this to something else that happened that fans kind of were like, oh, and that was the re-release of Star Wars with the special editions.
Yep.
Now it was kind of the same thing, right? Like there's a little bit of extra special effects, a little bit of cleanup, a little bit of, let's freshen the thing up. But then there was also the addition of Jabba the Hutt that didn't work. There was the literally changing of the story with Empire Strikes Back and the Emperor, which I don't have a sense we're going to get any sort of story change in this. But it's one of those things where I think there's value in this, right? In the generality of it, of like bringing Wizard of Oz to a completely new audience with Wicked, bringing people in.
But
this is going to be a thing.
Will it though?
I think it will.
I have to say I disagree.
I think it will.
I disagree because it's not like your tickets are easily accessible and cheap and available to your general public.
No, that's very true. That's very true. Even in sort of the off times, they're still like $100.
They're really expensive. Yeah. It's only obviously in one place.
Yes, so that's the tricky part, is that it's in one place. That's really the ultimate tricky part. But we see families shelling out thousands upon thousands of dollars just to go to freaking Disneyland for a couple of days. So I feel like if there is interest in sort of the general populace, I think you're going to see a lot more families and kids at this thing than we really realize.
I'm going to have to
disagree. We won't know until it's actually happening. But I think it's even if it's not, here's the other part of it. Even if it's not, even if it itself is not like, oh, okay, like kids are going to this thing, it's going to be in the news and in pop culture so much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's going to be on TikTok because people are going to be taking videos. Like, it's going to push the Oz experience forward. And that's kind of what I'm saying, more so than just the actual sphere itself. It's putting the Wizard of Oz in a different light, in front of eyeballs that maybe don't know what it is. They may, like, you were saying at Ostravaganza, there's these kids that are coming in, they're all about Wicked. Like, that is their Wizard of Oz experience. But if all of a sudden they're on their TikToks and stuff and they start to see this other Oz thing, particularly after Wicked Part 2 comes out, because then they'll know Dorothy and the Lion and the Tin Man, and they'll have some more context for it. I think it's just going to open the doors for more. Like, what is it, Mom? Who is Dorothy? What the hell is this movie? Put it on Amazon and let's watch this thing. That's more what I meant. Less about the actual film, but more about the pop culture, because we're already in the pop culture world of, screw these guys and everything's terrible and this shouldn't be happening and blah blah blah. That's the world that we live in all the time. But there's also the people that are just like, this is a completely different experience, and they're here for whatever that experience is.
I mean, I personally do not think that I will love it, but I still want to go see it.
Mm-hmm.
The other thing that really bothers me about all of it is that they're cutting like 20 minutes from the film. And I don't know how you can you would have continuity problems if you're cutting that much. It's not like you're cutting out 2 minutes for, viewing it on television and you have to figure in commercials. Like, that's a nice chunk.
It seems like a lot. Yeah, it seems like a lot.
So I'm very curious as to how they are going to make it work. But yeah, if anybody, if you want to send me, and the tickets there are not such a big deal. Flights are what is just insane.
Yeah. So the GoFundMe to send Allison and I there will be launching tonight.
I just need a plane ticket.
Oh my God. Can't wait to go see it in person, along with seeing the
yes.
inside.
And Chris, you're going in October? Is that correct? Am I remembering right? Let us know if you're going. Who's got plans to go? And
I might sneak in. in October myself.
Sneak in?
Sneak in, yeah.
Okay. Just go in the back door?
Yeah, just the back door is fine. You know, they know who I am. They know who I am. Because I'm going to be out there in October myself for other stuff in Phoenix, and Vegas is only 5 hours away from Phoenix. So I'm kind of trying to figure out my schedule of like, okay, if I get into Phoenix here and I do what I need to do, can I go up and see this on like Thursday when it's not going to be chaos and break my bank for a weekend show and, you know, on and on and on and on. So I'm trying to see if I can make that happen. And I don't know if I will or not, but
I was talking with Colleen about going to California and visiting. We could visit our Oz people and then also go to the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. If you're in California, then you're like Southern California, you're only like 2 hours away from Vegas at that point. So yeah, 3 hours, I guess. So yeah, very, very doable.
Go see Karen and Gita and Bob and everybody, and then just pop over to Vegas.
Pop over to Vegas. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I'm very open to whatever this is going to be. I do, because I'm a Star Wars person, I understand where all these Oz people are coming from about the modifications and stuff. But I think because with Star Wars, for me, there are modifications that I'm like, this is fine. And then there's stuff where I'm like, this is terrible. Like, take this out, refix it, put it back. But I don't think, here's the other side of this, is that this is an experience. It is a moment in time. It is not going to become a VHS release. It is not the eternal edition of The Wizard of Oz. This is just a moment of, let's do something special with it. We're going to put it up on the big screen, and then it's going to go away. And you'll have your VHS and your Blu-rays, and it'll all be the same as they continue to release it, because there's no way to release the Sphere edition, you know, as a home video thing. So again, that's the other thing where the sort of the vitriol of it, I feel like the vitriol of it comes more from the AI side, right? Because AI is such a big, like, hey, we don't like AI stuff, right?
Well, and things like you are taking images of deceased actor, you know, you've got these imagery of deceased actors, and you are now making them do things that, you know, they cannot say, I am okay with this or I'm not okay with this. And in most cases, I would say they probably don't have family that is still around controlling things like that, because why would they have ever assumed, like, hey, there's going to be new scenes in The Wizard of Oz? So, you know, does the family of Charlie Grapewen go, we're okay with this? I don't know. I feel like there's a very fine line. There's a tightrope to kind of walk. And I tend to be on the side of like, let's just not with the AI. But, you know, it's going to be an experience. So I'm not completely like down with the Sphere. I will go. Well, I don't know if I will go because financially, but I would go, I would watch it just to be able to like legitimately have my own opinion. Cause I don't feel like I can say anything without having seen it, but, there's some hesitancy there, I think.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. Yeah. Well, and when Star Wars did it, none of us knew what we were getting. So we were all just excited that it was being re-released. And then when it was released, we were like, oh.
Yeah, but I mean, like, George Lucas was part of that.
Yeah, that was the biggest disappointment, though, is that we were like, George, what are you doing?
So, like, at least he was involved.
True. Yes, it's his thing to do what he wants with it, but and in that case, we also from that point forward never got anything but that version released on Blu-rays and stuff. The original version was wiped away.
Not completely.
Yeah, it was. It's never been released since.
You
can still get the old stuff.
The one that I found, thankfully, it has both. so I just always watched.
Yes, but in subsequent releases since then, there's no new. You cannot go and just buy a new version of the original stuff. You have to go hunting for something that happened, in the late 90s to get what you're talking about. They've just never done it, and they've just continued to rework the special editions over and over and over again, trying to get Jabba right, trying to get all this other stuff right, adding Darth Vader at the end going, no, it's just like, come on, guys. Come on. So as a Star Wars person, I understand the Oz community's concern and pain in what is happening here. But I think at the end of the day, like we said, it's a one and done event. It's not going to affect the legacy in the long term of availability to get the movie that we want to have.
I mean, right now, it's, as far as I know, there are dates through May.
Yeah.
So
I would assume it'll run a good year. It's
going to be there for a while.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody will have an opportunity if you want it. Like I said, we're going to have the GoFundMe launching tomorrow night. Send the Oz couple to the Sphere. She thinks I'm kidding.
It's terrible. They're over $300 just for the flight.
Oh, for the flight. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you can get decent tickets for like $150.
You can get, they're definitely doable.
Mm-hmm.
But to get there, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
And I frankly don't really know that I want to be flying right now anyway. So maybe I'll just take several days and drive.
Take a train.
Yeah. Is anyone else going? I know that we have one viewer right now that is going. Has anyone else put anything in the comments? You never post them, so I don't know.
I've been posting everybody.
Okay.
So no, nobody. Well, I can't say nobody's going. We've seen nobody say that they're going. Anybody going? Anybody planning to go either early or maybe just next year sometime? What's the thought process? I am really only going to be out west in October, and then maybe in January if I do Albuquerque Comic-Con, which would then again put me in, a driving distance to kind of get to Vegas. I haven't been to Vegas in a long time, so I just want to go anyway. But the fact that that's happening too, it's like, yeah, let me see what we can kind of arrange here. So, but yeah, I don't know. Freddie's stuck.
Come on, Freddie. Ha! The Atchison, Topeka, and the Santa Fe. Sorry, it's another Judy reference.
Thomas is ready for it.
Tom, let's go. A spouse trip. It'll be great. I say yes.
All right. Well, we did it. 90 minutes.
Yeah.
Part one of the Oz Couple at the Movies is wrapped up. We made it through 1978. 1978. We still have,
lots of years.
40, almost 40 years to deal with. Oh, it is 40 years, isn't it? Holy God. So 40 years to go through of Oz movies, everybody. So stay tuned for part 2 next week. More movies, and maybe we'll be able to announce a secret guest before too long as well. Because we're in the month where we were told we could maybe have a secret guest.
There's some availability.
Yeah. So should we have a secret guest, we will in fact let you guys know. But which until then, episode 13 next week we will plan to do part 2 of the Oz Couple at the Movies and watch for the GoFundMe to get us to go see the Sphere. I'm just going to keep manifesting it into the universe.
Yeah.
Happens,
Wow.
Yeah. All right. Anything else, my co-host?
No.
Michael, thank you for hanging with us on YouTube our one YouTube.
Our one
guy.
YouTuber.
Yeah,
Love
our
it.
one YouTuber. That's a special designation, Michael. We do get a bunch of views on YouTube, but no one wants to talk to us from YouTube. So we always are happy that Michael kind of lets us know that YouTube is working. So that's it, folks. 90 minutes. We did it. The Oz Couple, episode 12, episode 13 next week, part 2 at the movies. And and thanks as always for joining us. We appreciate it. Do us a favor, spread the video around, link it to wherever you want it to go, post it in your Oz groups and wherever else you do your social media. Help us grow this little crazy thing. Won't be long before we have enough content before we can start doing the cut and paste and putting it on TikTok and doing all the things. So we'll see what we can do to grow this baby, but we need your help to do it. So we'll see y'all next week, episode 13, part 2 at the movies. Thanks, everybody.